Hello my friends, this is Kathleen Maurer at Be Again Books, and I'm glad to join you today with another video decorating in this journal, this late summer kind of journal. I wanted to make a cluster belly band, and you've seen me, use this a lot in my journals, but I checked and that I have two other videos that kind of show how I make this. But those two videos are 3 and 4 years old now. And so if you do a deep dive into my library, you've probably seen me demonstrate this. But I wanted to do it in this journal. And so I thought, I'm just going to do another video demonstrating how to do this because I think it's really cute. I use it a lot in my journals, and I think that you will like to do it too. So let me show you. Essentially, it has to have 3 kind of large elements to sort of span the page. So in this particular one, I've used this little tag shape. I've used this kind of game card, and then just a die cut, a large middle die cut. So that's kind of how it starts. So this one, I've already auditioned, most of the pieces, and we'll talk about that. But these are the 3 kind of the large pieces that I'm using to span the page. So I like to use the tag at the top because then I can put a little ribbon in it or some kind of a little extra embellishment there at the top, and then it peeks out. And then I like to have the biggest piece in the middle because that's kind of what creates surfaces for the other pieces to glue on, to rest on. So I'm going to use this for the middle. So that's going to go kind of in the back, and that's what the ephemera that we put into the belly band, that's going to slide under this big piece. So that's going to go in the back. And then finally this playing card is going to go on the bottom and glue on the bottom. So that's kind of the foundation of any cluster belly band, and you can use any other pieces that might fit into what you're trying to do. But these I like these inventory tags because they always have those numbers on it, and the background is going to get mostly covered up, so it'll peek out like this does. Peeks out a little, but you just need that nice surface to kind of hold everything else. I liked this playing card, this Joker, because it has that kind of orangey red and the green and the yellow, and that's kind of going on in my journals. And the green here kind of mimics this green over here, so I'm hoping to get a really nice harmonized element here. So the other things just kind of build on top, and I'm going to go ahead and make the foundation now, glue those things down, and then we'll talk about how to build the cluster on top of it. So I'll put this in the middle, and then I'll glue this one to this one. So I'm going to just glue on the back in this area so that the glue doesn't spill over onto the page. We'll kind of aim for just left of center up here. And then we can come back and, put a little more glue behind if there's not enough glue on there. See, I just want to avoid that glue oozing out because I certainly don't want to glue the belly band to the page, right? Okay, now we need to make sure that that's straight. Yeah, that's not quite straight, so I need to twist it a little. Okay, now it lines up a little better with those words and at the top. And now we'll glue this one on. I'm going to want to keep the glue within about 1/2 inch of the top of this playing card, and I sanded it. This is one of the cards that I had sanded thinking I might use it in my Dollar Tree journal, but I didn't. So it'll get used here instead. Okay, now that card is a little slick, so we'll give that a chance to set up and dry just a little, and then we'll talk about these other elements. So once you get the basic foundation down, then I start looking, you know, for some larger pieces that will overlap. And so I thought this would be cute. This is really bright, okay? Way brighter than I normally would want. But because this journal is a little bit on the neutral side, soft, I kind of like that. I like the softness of it, but it makes it a little bit maybe too neutral. So every now and then, you know, I'm kind of trying to put a little pop of color. And so that's the role that this Monopoly card is going to play. But I am thinking that I don't want it to be too much in my face. So I'm thinking I would rather that go behind this card. So I am going to try to lift that up and stick that behind, and we'll glue that. About, let's see, maybe about right there. So maybe that much, half of the card will be overlapping here and the other will go underneath. So I'm going to put glue on the top half only for now. Pull this up a little and we'll slide that under. I think we'll have it sticking out a little. Yeah, about right there. I kind of like things to like overhang, so yeah, that looks good. Now let's make sure no glue is sticking out. There is a little bit there, and I want to glue this down, and then we need to re-glue that card. So we're going to need to put a little bit of glue just down in there. Okay, there. I like that. I like that better. That's kind of already not quite so in my face. Now I've chosen this as well. It's gonna, I think, overlap here. I've mentioned before in videos that when you have, so far in my design, all I have is straight lines. And I think that's fine. And if that is appealing to you, then I'm not going to criticize. But in my own designs, I always like to put some kind of a curvy line to kind of give your eye a rest, you know, from all of the straight lines and all of the rectangles. So I'm going to use, this is a die cut. I think it's out of a Tim Holtz pack. ephemera pack. So I'm going to use that here. And I think that I'm going to try now to concentrate everything sort of towards the middle. But I like this now down here. So let's glue that on there. So we'll glue a little bit up here and then down this edge. I don't want to cover up all of that. We'll leave that chance out. So that overlaps nice. And then let's put this on. And this just needs this corner not glued. So I want this to touch this card rather than being further up on the card. I want that to touch this, because in a cluster I think it looks best when all of the things are connected to something, at least towards, towards the middle. And this is kind of where I'm wanting, my eye to go. And so I'm going to put this stamp there. Then I've got another curvy line in this little cigar band, and I want that there. Yeah, that's not bad. No, I don't think I want to cover that space up. I don't want such a little piece hanging off on its own. So this needs to go. Yeah, I think we're going to put it there and then put the stamp on top. I might need a bigger stamp. Again, I'm going to touch the edge of that number, but I don't want to cover it up. Actually, yeah, that's good. I think I like that. But let me see if I have a bigger, just a slightly bigger stamp. Hang on. Okay, I did find this one. It's in this green. And I found this one from Costa Rica. But that does not give me enough color. No, that's, I think I like that one for a couple of reasons. One, the color is a little different than this, so it pushes that orange color back still. It kind of harmonizes with those numbers in that color. And as well, it kind of bridges this. This is not quite red and it's not quite orange. This is definitely orange. This is definitely red. So it kind of bridges those three and it creates a triangle. So yeah, I'm going to go with that one. Plus, the head on this gentleman is also kind of a rounded shape as well. So it kind of gives me another curvy line. So I think we're going to go with that. And we'll just overlap those two. We'll leave a little bit of that blue peeking out there. Good. Yeah, I like this. Okay, now we just need something there at the top and we can glue that in. Let me step over to my lace over here. Okay, no lace. I went to the ribbons instead. I'm gonna smush that a little. And I chose green because of this green here. So that kind of harmonizes with that. And then there is also green in so many other places, you know, throughout the journal. So I think we're gonna go with that. Let me trim that just a little. It doesn't need to be that raggedy. So let's see how that looks peeking out. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, let's glue this down. So now I'm just going to glue across the top and across the bottom. And as I mentioned, I've already sanded this playing card, which you kind of have to do in order to get the glue to grab hold. All right, and now we will just put that in the middle here so that that lands in the middle, and glue it down. There we go. I like that. Let me look for some ephemera to put behind there. Okay, great. I found this piece of paper. It's kind of cardstock. I'm gonna cut this down. Let's see, 4.5 by about 6.5. I love how that fits right behind it. That's the other thing I like about the cluster belly bands, is that whatever you put in, whatever ephemera you add, it looks like it's part of the cluster. Yeah, so I've got this vintage postal card with some red on it, and we can put that behind there too. Or maybe, you know, that might be just maybe a little bit too much. I think maybe I just like that one card behind it. Yeah. Let's put a stamp right there in the middle. Let's use this dark brown. And we'll just lightly stamp that. Great. Okay, that finishes that page. We're getting close. Thanks for being with me, and I'll see you again with a new project.